Tēnā tātou katoa, tēnā tātou kua whakarui ka mai ki te whakanui I te whakarewatanga o te Mental Health and Wellbeing Commission, Mauri ora kia tātou katoa. Good afternoon, everybody. Hayden, thank you very much for that welcome. Ngā te pōneke, ngā mihi kia koutou. And good to see you all here on what is a very special and very auspicious occasion. My connection to the question of advocating for mental health, better mental health services, is a personal one. I found myself talking about mental health, the mental health system, and the demands being placed on it in public meetings I spoke at. And I was stunned by the response I got. This was 5 or 6 years ago. So many people had a story to tell. So many families had their personal story. Young people telling me about their journey, how difficult it was, how much trouble they had getting what seemed like basic help. And so we made a commitment before we were in government that we would do something serious about addressing the deficiencies in our mental health system. When we became government, we found we had a health system, an overall health system, that was in crisis. And so we commissioned 2 reviews. We commissioned the Health and Disability System Review, but we commissioned a more urgent one just on mental health. And and I understand that some of those panel members on that review are here today, and they did their job, did an amazing job, and by December 2018 produced Te Ara Oranga. And had their 38 recommendations, and when the government came to consider it, we accepted 36 of them. And in 2019, we made, I think, an unprecedented commitment over a 4 to 5 year period, a massive investment to start to improve our mental health services and the offerings available to New Zealanders. The first recommendation of Te Ara Oranga was about making sure that we addressed where the big gap was, services for mild to moderate mental health conditions. And so since July 2019, we've been on the journey of making sure that those sorts of services are available. We've done other things. We've set up the Mental Health and Wellbeing Commission. We set up an initial Mental Health and Wellbeing Commission to get the kind of intellectual prowess established and get some momentum going. We've established the Suicide Prevention Office. We've put more money into acute facilities because there is still a major need there as well. I was at a primary health care service recently and met a health improvement practitioner and a health coach. 2 roles we're funding to meet that desperate shortage of help and support needed for those with mild to moderate mental health conditions. I had a great privilege of meeting 2 of the people they've been helping, and they told me about their journeys. One incredibly distressing, incredibly complex. An older woman whose many traumas and catastrophes in her life had come to the surface late in age, and her life, if I describe it politely, was just a complete mess, and she knew it, and she had no way through it. And she presented to the doctor with an unwellness, an illness, and the doctor knew immediately that there was way more to this than he could deal with. But they had a health improvement practitioner in the practice, and that day, that hour, she was able to go and talk to this person. And it all came out. And over time, what she actually needed could be established. And her level of anxiety that was described as incredibly high at the time she came into the practice, she could see, she described it herself, suddenly she could see a way through, that help was there. She just needed the right person to talk to at the right time. And she found the words, she could describe what was going on, and this person could help. And I spoke to her, and She said at last she feels, after many years of her life being out of control, she has some control back in her life. And that was after a limited number of sessions of talking and getting help from other agencies, getting those things that we know are major causes of mental health distress, lack of housing, and other personal issues going on in the household. We've made a start, and we are not there yet, and we have a way to go. But I'm very proud of the first steps that we are taking, the help that is being provided, and the difference that it is making to New Zealanders' lives. The Mental Health and Wellbeing Commission has an absolutely vital role to play. I'm a big believer in, when we make change, is building institutions around change. The Mental Health and Wellbeing Commission is the institution to champion change, to oversee the change, to drive it, to cause it, to criticise it when it's not good enough, to draw back in when it sort of flays off in other sort of spaces, and to keep us on the straight and narrow, to create accountability for this government, for the next government, for all future governments. Let's not be in the position again where mental health in particular, which has always been the kind of the neglected part of our health system, the unspoken part of our health system, let it not be neglected again. And let the Mental Health and Wellbeing Commission be that voice, the powerful voice within government, and to the people of New Zealand, and be that source of reassurance that the issues around mental health are not forgotten, are not neglected, that it is a cause, and that it has a champion and an advocate. I welcome Hayden into the role, and I've known Hayden for a wee while, and I know what he's done in Taranaki in the broader health space and in the mental health space. And I see the commissioners who've come on board and have seen the backgrounds. I don't know all of you personally, but I think we have an amazing team on board that the Commission. Now, I wish you all the very best. Your job is a vital one at this point, is a crucial one at this point. And there are many who will see hope in your appointment and in the creation of the Commission. And I wish you well, and I look forward to seeing the great success that you will work with ourselves and other governments and the broader health system to achieve. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.